2021 is here, and the last time I checked, the world still hasn't ended. That means it's time to rein in the new year by celebrating the many anniversaries of series near and dear to our hearts. That's right, 2021 has a multitude of important anniversaries for some of the most treasured franchises in gaming. So to celebrate, I'll be predicting what I would like to see from each series in GameCube's first ever New Year's Janniversary predictions. That means for each series, I'll be researching either past trends from other milestones or anniversary content from similar series to go in depth and provide both semi-reasonable and pie-in-the-sky predictions for your entertainment. For this video, we'll be starting off with Donkey Kong because the Big Ape himself is celebrating his 40th anniversary, and I'm sure Nintendo has some big plans up their sleeves for that. Donkey Kong is one of Nintendo's most successful and recognizable series of all time, so they would be out of their minds to pass up a birthday celebration for the hairy fellow. Besides, Donkey Kong is one of Nintendo's oldest franchises. No other franchise we're highlighting during Janniversary this year have reached the big 4-0. In order to have a recent comparison, I've used Mario's 35th anniversary content as a means to find some reasonable predictions for what Nintendo may have to offer. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Mario's largest 35th anniversary release in 2020 was Mario 3D All-Stars, which took three of the Plumbers' highly praised 3D games, being Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy, and retouched them for the Nintendo Switch. They featured HD resolutions, some slight tweaks, and widescreen for Sunshine and Galaxy. 3D All-Stars brought the magic of the Mushroom Kingdom classics to a new generation. However, on the Donkey Kong end of things, we find ourselves in a unique situation when imagining a similar collection of titles. Unlike Super Mario, Donkey Kong hasn't had many consistent titles apart from the Donkey Kong Country games, so any Donkey Kong games chosen for a collection would likely be an odd but still fun mismatch of different gameplay styles. The other problem is that the original Donkey Kong Country trilogy is available on Nintendo Switch Online, and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze has already been remastered for the Nintendo Switch. For these reasons, I don't think a Donkey Kong collection is likely for the anniversary, but it's still fun to predict the possibilities. In a similar fashion to Super Mario 3D All-Stars, the Donkey Kong collection would have one N64 game, one GameCube game, and one Wii game. Donkey Kong 64 would make an excellent Switch port, since there are multiple generations of gamers who haven't had the opportunity to play it. With how iconic the DK rap is, I'm sure a re-release of DK64 would gain some hype from fans and newcomers alike. Secondly, I'd like to see Donkey Kong Jungle Beat as another offering in the collection. I don't think Jungle Beat got the love and remembrance it deserves, and I've heard many people talk about how unique it was. As a plus, making it compatible with the Donkey Kongas for fans of the GameCube adapter would be quite nice. Finally, the last game in this mock-up collection would be Donkey Kong Country Returns, which would give Switch owners access to the last remaining game in the Donkey Kong Country series. I know getting a Donkey Kong collection is extremely unlikely, but a chimp can dream, right? Next up, I'd like to talk about what they can do with a Game & Watch. So following the success of the Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. In 2020, I'm sure Nintendo would want to make variants for their other classic series celebrating anniversaries. I've seen lots of talk online about a Legend of Zelda themed Game & Watch, but I have a gut feeling that Donkey Kong would resonate more with a classic-oriented and casual crowd of consumers. Looking to the past, Nintendo released a Donkey Kong Game & Watch back in 1982. However, it followed a dual-screen clamshell design similar to that of the Nintendo DS. In my opinion, the dual-screen Game & Watch devices look a bit more toy-like and less classy than the single-screen designs. Knowing Nintendo, they would want to release a device that instills a sense of classiness and nostalgia in the same way as the Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. There was also a Donkey Kong Jr. Game & Watch back in the day that had an almost identical design to the Super Mario Bros. Device. Reproducing that style would allow Nintendo to keep production similar to the product they have already been producing, and they wouldn't need to develop completely different hardware. Essentially, the Donkey Kong Game & Watch would be a repainted version of the existing Mario Game & Watch hardware, which can feature more buttons to liken it to the original DK Jr. model. It would be neat if Nintendo included Donkey Kong 94, and if possible, the original Donkey Kong arcade release. And if they can't manage to get the original arcade release, the NES version would be a decent compromise. We've all played the original Super Mario Bros. To death, so the release of a Donkey Kong Game & Watch with a brilliant game that many have missed would be a great opportunity to sell a collectible that fans can admire and enjoy. We're still waiting on the release of Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury for Mario's 35th anniversary, but unfortunately for Donkey Kong, there isn't exactly an equivalent Wii U remaster that can be released. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was ported to the Switch in all its funky glory back in 2018. Since there aren't any other games that can be upgraded and remastered, I think it's safe to say we're long overdue for a new Donkey Kong game. One thing's for sure, I don't think Retro will be the developer of a new game in the series. They're already hard at work on Metroid Prime 4, and I have a feeling that whatever project they've been working on since 2014 wasn't DK related, whether it's still in development or not. I would love to see a new, fresh take in whatever form it comes in, 3D, 2D, or something else entirely. I remember back in the NX days, before people knew what the Switch actually was, there were rampant rumors circulating about both a new Diddy Kong Racing game and a Luigi's Mansion game for the console. We've already gotten a new Luigi's Mansion game, so Diddy Kong Racing would be a nice gift from Nintendo, especially in place of a new Mario Kart game for the Switch generation. My only concern with that would be that it isn't a full Donkey Kong game since Diddy's name is on the game. We've been only getting Donkey Kong Country releases since 2010, so I think it's time for Donkey Kong to get more experimental and fresh, no matter what form it takes. My next prediction is for a game I like to call DK40. So not much needs to be said here, it's really just the same concept as Mario 35, but now with Donkey Kong and 40 players. Maybe a unique twist could be if players can control Donkey Kong himself to try and thwart a team of Marios. Mario 35 was one of my most played games of 2020, and I'm sad to see it go. That sadness can be subdued though if Nintendo cycles other classic multiplayer remixes, like a possible DK40, onto the Nintendo Switch Online service as a replacement. Mario got a ton of special anniversary products, promotions, and merch. But for Donkey Kong, I'd like to focus on the LEGO aspect of things. So, I didn't really get any of the LEGO Super Mario sets, or even the LEGO NES, but I think the NES did well as more of a premium Nintendo set for collectors and fans alike, and a good follow-up to that could be a LEGO Donkey Kong arcade cabinet. I don't know why it sounds more appealing to me, but building a LEGO arcade unit with some unique callbacks to Donkey Kong would be a must-have, and I know I'm not the only one who would feel that way. Nintendo and LEGO certainly have to expand upon their more advanced offerings, and as a collector, the LEGO Mario sets don't really appeal to me. I would likely go bananas if they were able to make a buildable LEGO arcade unit that actually lets you play Donkey Kong. But I think I'm setting my standards a bit too high here. Besides, both my body and soul wouldn't be prepared to spend whatever absurd cost would be associated with that product. Like seriously, they'd probably charge like $500 for that if they got it playable. Alright, so each Janniversary video will finish off with my predictions, whether reasonable or crazy, for possible Smash Fighters Pass editions. I don't think it's incredibly likely for Donkey Kong to get a new representative in Smash since K. Rool was added to the base game, but there are some great choices that could make a splash. First off, I think a reintroduction of Donkey Kong Jr. as a character would be surprising and unexpected. We haven't seen this guy for a long time, and I think it would be just really awesome to see him included in Smash Ultimate. He's been around since before Diddy, K. Rool, and most of the other modern DK gang. And this could even coincide with a new game featuring Donkey Kong Jr. in the same manner Smash Bros. Has promoted upcoming Fire Emblem games in the past. On the other end of things, Dixie Kong twirling in would add some more female representation to the game as a whole. However, if I personally could choose which Donkey Kong character to add into Smash, I would totally choose one of the weird Kongs forgotten to the past. I would just love to see the internet's reaction to Kiddy Kong, Lanky Kong, or Chunky Kong being added into Smash, or perhaps all three together. I don't know how it would get done, but I would love it. It would be silly and insane, and I have faith that Sakurai would utilize these loser Kongs to their full potential. One final, smaller idea that I think could make an interesting fighter is the Animal Buddies from Donkey Kong Country. Those guys could all have unique movesets and would stand apart from the Kongs and Kremlins that make up the DK fighters. At the end of the day, Donkey Kong stands as a massive franchise that built Nintendo as a gaming empire, and it also remains popular to this day. Donkey Kong deserves more recognition, and I hope Nintendo decides to celebrate this anniversary. Come on, if they celebrated Fire Emblem's 30th anniversary in the US, I sure hope they decide to celebrate Donkey Kong's 40th. Remaining popular after 40 years is no small feat, and similarly to Pac-Man, Donkey Kong is emblazoned in our culture. Not celebrating this occasion would be a wasted opportunity on Nintendo's behalf, and I hope the famous ape can get the celebration he deserves. This has been Nick from GameCube. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and remember, don't be a square, be a cube, and subscribe today. You won't want to miss next week's Janniversary predictions for the Zelda 35th anniversary. See you then.